Throughout my 9 years here on this YouTube channel, I did kind of make it a thing of like, I want to show off all the happier times in my life. Show me having fun, something I can look back on, because this channel has always been mainly for archival purposes. Something for me to look back on whenever the times got hard. Today is one of those days where that is the case. Now, you guys are very familiar with the fact of my mother. I have shown my mother on camera on a multitude of occasions. My grandmother, until her passing a few years ago, I showed her on camera quite a couple times. And my uncle, too, my Uncle Jason. I've always been close with those three. But there is one member of my family who I have never shown. Who I've never met. That would be my father. My father and I never really had a relationship. He and my mom had me, and he was then in jail. Without getting too personal, without saying too much of what happened, which I'm not going to, it is personal, he had a very troubled life. I found out years later he ended up having a girl, my sister Callista, who I have not met, but I have been in contact with. She's about 7-8 years younger than I am. When I was 17, it would be the first time I would talk to him. It was awkward. I mean, we didn't really know what to say. Like, do I even call him father? Do I just call him by his first name? What do I say? And to this day, I don't know. In 2022, I believe it was, I had my first phone call with him. It was the video call. We both had enough to drink that night. And it was a nice conversation, but really awkward. Still, even liquored up, it was weird. And he treated me more like a buddy than a son. He was like, oh, well, he's not really my son, he's my buddy. And I'm just like, yes, but no. I've always wished that one day I would have communications with him. Against my family's wishes, I always did want a relationship with him. To not have a father in my life sucked. My uncle basically was my father figure. Which gives me no joy today to say that I found out. My sister sent me a text today, and I had learned that my father's taken his own life at the age of 45. Last night as of recording this video. Another victim of suicide. My grandfather too took his life in 2001. And on my father's side, and I'm just now processing it. I even attempted to go to work. That didn't work out so well. And now I'm just sitting here, I don't know what to do. I feel lost. To know I'll never have a relationship with him now. I knew he was fighting demons in his life. I didn't know they were that bad. There's a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas. So much of it. And now the fact that I'll never actually say I met my father. I have no pictures with him like I do with my grandmother. I have no memory of him, other than just a couple phone calls and some text conversations. The fact that in my life I've never got to say the phrase, "I love you, Dad." Because I didn't know him. He left my life. Physically never ever met him. Not even as an infant, I have no memory of him. Although I do want him to rest in peace. He is free from whatever trouble he was suffering from. I know he had problems with addiction. He had problems with anger. It was a lot that he was going through. I also hope everything is okay with my sister. I can imagine she actually did have a relationship with him. And she's so young. To lose your father. I guess I'm lucky to not have known him too well. Maybe. I'm just gonna take this moment now to say, like, if you have a father, tell him you love him. Give him a hug. Tell him you appreciate him. Because you never know what somebody might be going through. Anyone suffering from these kind of thoughts, you're not alone. I promise you're not alone. So there is someone out there who will listen. Even if you have no one personally in your life, someone will listen. I've been down that road myself many, many times in my life. Don't give in to those thoughts. My dad is gone. Thanks for listening.